It's time now to bring you the latest business news. For that, we say hello to Jameel Ahmad, who's a chief analyst at GTC. Jameel, it was a hectic day in the global markets on Wednesday. Tell us more about that.
Indeed it was, and that's because we always said that neither outcome was priced into the market. But now that the dust has settled, what investors are pricing in is the return of America first and always. And for global markets, in terms of US financial markets in particular, what we saw in the first version of Make America Great Again was tax cuts, fiscal spending, deregulation, and that led to more profitability for companies. In version 2, we're expecting the same narrative of that movie, and investors are now rushing to price that in. So it means more profitability, higher US stock market sentiment, and so forth. And that's why we saw such shocks higher and surges in US financial markets. The interesting thing is whether we're going to now see like a decoupling of the relationship, because America First and Always is so focused on American policies and American economy that maybe what drives sentiment for US financial markets is not going to drive sentiment for other global markets during the second term in office.
Okay, and what are the Trump trades that we need to watch out for?
Trump promised and pledged to make America the crypto capital of the world. And we saw another surge higher in Bitcoin, which moved towards new all-time highs above 70,000 US dollars. And I think that we're going to be watching digital assets and cryptocurrencies very closely heading into the second presidency under Donald Trump. The other thing that we're going to be watching very closely is a much stronger US currency, and that means the US dollar. That's because America First and Always, and those America First policies does suggest more strength for the US currency. And we cannot forget as well that there was a very famous comment during the end of the campaign that tariff should be the favorite word in the dictionary, which suggests more trade wars, which suggests more trade tariffs on other trading partners of the United States. And all of that points towards more strength in the US currency as a result.
And prior to the US elections, inflation expectations and interest rate policy were the dominating macro themes. Does this now change?
We can throw those macro themes out of the window now. We might see them continue up until the inauguration, but very much now focused on this America First and Always pledges, and also Make America Great Again. We saw the first movie, so we know the narrative that we saw between 2016 and 2020. But Make America Great Again in the second sequel, in version 2.0, we expect it to be on a complete different level to the first movie. And that's why we're going to see a complete different shift in investor themes and focus. And I think we start to see some of those trends creep in into sentiment during the election outcome yesterday. But as that inauguration comes closer, early 2025, I think we're not going to be focused on inflation expectations anymore. We're very much going to be focusing on what America First policies and what America First and Always is going to mean under the second presidency of Donald Trump.
All right, Jameel Ahmad, thank you very much for keeping an eye on all the important business news.